So I watched your video. I watched the video from last week, and I noticed that you're doing a big lean. Like you're sending yourself that way. You need to be sending yourself that way. And I watched some YouTube videos, some baseball videos, like how to fix a bad throw. All right, that didn't look that bad. I watched a video where this little kid was throwing a ball and his dad was fixing him, and the main adjustment was lifting that elbow to keep that elbow up here by your head. Yeah. So it's looking a hell of a lot better than day one, that's for sure. Yeah, good. And your other hand is tucking. Yeah, good. And to make sure that this other leg is fully, toward the target when I turn. Yeah, that was a bit over, but better to go over than, it's better to be able to exaggerate things, to be able to do both sides of a spectrum. Everything from this to, just super animated, both ends of a spectrum. You hear me talk a lot about spectrums. Really feel that weight resisting your wrist back, and then really think about whipping that over and digging your fingers into it. Yeah. I talked to Daryl about what we were doing. Yeah. Oh. I went to the faculty concert and talked to him in the parking lot afterwards. If you ever want to get time with a drummer, help him schlep his shit, and that's the time when you can rap. Well, regardless if you help him or not, that's a time, that's a transitional moments when he's not, he's not doing his taxes, he's not in the middle of a conversation. He's just doing a bunch of grunt work. I told him that what I do with my students is to work on athleticism, and that athleticism is the prerequisite to be doing, humanity's most physically challenging activity on the planet. The world's and the planet, all in one sentence. So, tell them that You know, if I can't get a guy to throw his own arm, then he's not going to be able to throw a stick efficiently. Because there's two factors. There's the quality of the sound, and then the quality of how much you can do that for 9 hours straight. You know, can I do this for 9 hours straight? And so, because if the answer is no, then something's got to be fixed. Because you should be able to just, you know, energize your bunny, just go and go and go forever, and not have any carpal tunnel or any tendonitis or any tennis elbow or any of that crap pop up because of a good technique and hydration. Obviously, you know, just good health. So what we're doing here is something that demands athleticism. And I even think that drums should be in the Olympics. Like, just have the gymnasts have their routines and the figure skaters have their routines. The drummer can have his routines and demonstrate certain skills. Because what those things are is not purely artistic. It's like, you know, the ice skater is like, okay, now the quad axle is he's coming up next. He has to like demonstrate skills. So a drummer could demonstrate skills, and it could be all computerized and, you know, cameras, slow-mo camera. It can, you know, it can be held to an Olympic standard. An athlete is an athlete, right? And all athletics are physically challenging. And figure skating, I mean, that is way up there. Martial arts, way up there. But how do I better specify how drumming compares to all that stuff? The amount of coordination. Okay, what a martial artist is doing is, you know, full body. What a figure skater is doing is full body. What we're doing is we're just sitting down and doing a highly minutiae performance per limb. Like, I still stand by it that it's the world's most demanding thing of both, you know, brain and body coming together. What you're getting at is like live performance versus just whenever the shot putter feels like throwing it. Like, there isn't some exact moment in time where that ball has to be released. So it's performative. It's a thing that is done, not a how do I describe this? This is good. I've forced myself to reframe what it is I'm doing. Let that arm come back a little bit, like delay it just a little bit. Like, really feel like, oh, I wait. Not way back here, still here, but allow it to be taken back.
Did you tell Daryl about the basketball?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Drummers basketball, drummers baseball, drummers axe throwing.
I didn't think about it. Yeah, you mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, he does do that. I thought he just kind of knew your method or something. And I was like, oh, maybe he watched the video or something. But I don't know.
I highly doubt anybody ever watches the, like 3-hour videos.
Yeah.
But I do create shorts every once in a while. I don't expect anyone over 50 to do anything other than doing what they're gonna do. Like, they don't owe anybody, they don't need to investigate anything, they're not trying to carve their way into the world. They just want to sit down. So, yeah. I just figure people don't know about, the minutia of my world. What did you guys talk about?
Today, or like about you, or just in the last week? Well, I'll tell you both of them. But yeah, he just mentioned we're taking lessons with Zen. Then he talked about the basketball. He's like, that sounds hard. I talked about them with baseball, and yeah, and then we were working on the snare piece for the first half. So he said, um, like this is something Sam would know about, with being more drum corps oriented and technique driven.
Technique oriented.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was the word he used. And so he said, I'd be curious to see what he'd think of it, make of it.
Oh, your performance of the snare drum piece?
Yeah, or just
Or just working on that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an idea of what we can do today that can escalate your abilities. See, each hand has to work. Each hand has to work. And then the whole other challenge of making them work together in concert. That's a whole other beast. Hand to hand coordination, hand to hand. This hand, then that hand. We call it hand to hand.
We're debating, like, between like right hand lead or alternating with it. He said he thinks right hand lead is like something more like approachable, for me. And then alternating is like ideal, a point to get to. Like,
Ideally, you should be able to do anything.
yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah.
But yes, natural sticking is the path forward, is the first thing. So not necessarily right hand lead, but a hand lead.
Yeah.
And since you're right-handed, then it makes sense to go right hand lead. But you would say that like natural sticking. But one hand is just going, and even if it's happens on a rest, where you don't hit it, but the motion of it is still there. Like we just had 6/16 notes, and then we just ghosted some of them. That would be a clear example of natural sticking. Keeping the same pattern going in the hands is why it's natural. Okay, don't move your head at all. No to this, no, just like a cat locking in on its prey. Just don't move your head at all. Oh, that's the fix. Okay, now get some body into it. take a step and everything. Yeah, see that? Line drive to my face. Okay. Yeah, I got ready for it. And I got an injured shoulder right now. Like I was trying to lift heavy rocks at the beach, and I'm tweaked. And when I'm throwing right now, I can feel it. I'm being careful. Yet I can still, knock you over because of technique, not because I'm muscling something out. Balk. A balk. If the pitcher like goes for it but doesn't do the full action, it's called a balk, and then the batter gets to go to first base. Because it's really messed up to interrupt your interrupt your flow. Even if you like jerk, even if it's like oh, that's a balk, like anything that's other outside of your natural flow that the batter is used to seeing.
And then if like a runner tries to go because they think they have time, and you do that, and you try and get them out, that's against the rules there as well.
You mean stealing bases?
No, like if you're trying to steal and it looks and the pitcher does that, like you think, no, never mind, I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Well, there's two different stances. There's this stance, or there's the regular windup, where we're starting this way, then we take a step out and then get in it. There's just a much longer process. So when someone's on base, then they just stand there like this and either go or because if there's a runner on first and I go on like this, he's gone. I can't stop this now. It'll be a balk. Boom. Don't be afraid of it. Keep your eyes open when you catch it. Yeah, good. Okay. Now, keeping that head steady as you move forward. Like, look at me the whole time. Like, face that way. Look at me. Typical pitcher's photograph here. And then as you turn, your head still stays in the same position. Yeah. Okay. Now come up even higher and really like come over the top of your head. That one had a lot more speed on it unintentionally because I added some technique. Okay. As you do this, just take your step and then take your arm back at the same time. Lift that elbow higher. There. Elbow high. Elbow high. Yeah. Okay. Now tighten that up. Now not so, hung out to dry out here. Like now tighten it up a little bit. Engage your muscles a little bit and bring it a little bit sooner to the target. Elbow up. Yeah. Okay. Now lean forward. Now now take a bigger step forward and send your body that way. Therefore, the ball goes that way. Bigger step forward. Head straight. Yeah. Nice. Okay, this time I'm gonna watch your head. Yeah, you're still, your whole body is going this way, you know. Yeah, I'm not gonna go off center from this. Okay, now that looked way more like a shot put. Shot put it to me. Do that and register what not to do while you're doing it. Yeah, not that. Whatever the opposite of that of a push is, throwing with your chest. The thing with a shot put is it never goes back. It just stays here in this launch position, and the guy just turns and pushes it out from here. It never goes back and gets slung, you know, flung back and all distorted. Yeah, a lot better. Now just like send your face with the ball too, like straight at the target. Yes. Throw a little faster. Here it comes. Bigger step, more aggressive. Yes. Don't blink. Yeah, good. Is that branch messing with your periphery?
Not really. The sun, like when I move, it comes through it at different. So it's like but
Stand. Okay.
it's fine. Stand back.
You make a small adjustment if you want to get it out of your face.
I don't know if it's my hair.
Although you got the hair in your face anyway, so it's all trumped. Okay. Now think. Use the twist of your body to get that ball into position. This is turning first and then that. Woo! Ah, that's good. That's evidence. I had some heat on it, and the target was way off, but that's only evidence that you were making adjustments, which is good. All right. Now, add a little bit of down with this, like, now, like, get down and then explode outward. Yeah. I deliberately took the heat off of it because that adds a severe amount of momentum. So your foot is going to be by your leg as you go, and then it's just going to go straight out. Try just that. Just get it here and be down. Show me that. Yeah, and now you can take a big leap. Yeah, incorporate that into the throw. Evidence of adjustments. Good. I had to choose between getting it to you and hitting that branch up there. Yeah. Okay, forget about the dip thing for now. But that is one element that can add some speed. But for now, more applicable to drumming. Okay, stand face forward, just arm isolation stuff. Curl it down, and then like, wham, it gets flung back. Yeah, okay, left hand. Yeah. Now add a little bit of turn into it. I'm in frame, right? Yeah. Back to the right arm. And think about what the right arm has to teach the left arm. Yeah. Whoop. Right there, my trigger point got messed up because my fingers were a little too close together. So if you widen it, you know, create force on either side of the ball, sending it down that column that you want to go. Right hand. Now, face that way, feet together, and now take that same flip, flip, then add in the rest of it. Think about releasing it higher. Release it up here. Yeah. Okay. The hybrid. We could just be here and we keep our feet planted. Let me see you just throw your own arm from back here. And you feel it straightening, like, that's the end of the joint, that's the end of that joint, it has nowhere else to go. And so this straight thing, you know, wants to take you. Because all that weight finally adds up, you know, the sum of this mass, the sum of this mass, the sum of that mass, all straight in the same direction, like, that takes you that way. There's a lot of force there, so if you put a ball in that hand, so now just throw your own arm, but now start in the 45 degree, the 90 degree position. Okay, that looked like something. That looked like something. Okay. Sustain a note, whatever, and then get your own voice to break because of the weight of your own arm jolting your own body. Try it. Yeah, a little bit. Now really jolt it. Yeah, that. Yeah, it was perfect. It's good reflexes. Yes. Right there is when it, like that, right, zoom, is right where it straightens out, and it's coming off there. Boom. Okay, now don't move your head. Head straight forward. Yeah, you're still leaning a little bit. Look at my head. Didn't go over here, didn't go over there. Back on your spot. Cinematography always. That was a good one. Okay, now, when you see me winding up for it, you know, your eyes got a little bigger because like, oh, here comes something I gotta focus. But now, just like, know that it's coming, know that you're not gonna get hurt, and just be as still and as calm without any blinking as possible, even though you know it's coming. Yeah, good. One of the larger life lessons there's to be learned is reactivity. To be reactive, to not be reactive. To be able to control your reactions, to control your emotions, to control, you know, anger, to control happiness. I mean, not that you would want to like ever have a need to, you know, harness in your laughter, but, you know, that what you do is a choice, not just an automatic response to the world. Now really think way over the top, like way up here. Okay, it's getting somewhere. That's going somewhere. The necessary athleticism for doing yeah, I think it might actually be the best backyard in all of California. You know who Bob Ross is? Yeah, every once in a while we catch him out here painting our backyard. Yeah, I can't beat it. The flowing creek with water, the deer, bobcats, every blue moon, and a mountain lion. I've heard him and I've seen one once. I've seen many bobcats, but one mountain lion. Oh, not even close. Bobcats are very bobby. Bobcats are way smaller with shorter tails. Yes. Okay. Box of sticks. Here they are. Yeah, instant filtered tap water. That's hot. Hot filtered tap water. Forget about it. That's just a whole other standard of living. And given that we noticed that you were a little uncomfortable in those little rocking chair things because you're a taller guy, I thought to bring your music. I thought to give you 3 pillows. Try try that. Maybe 4 would be. Just get comfortable. Whatever equals comfort.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Now, come a little towards me. Such a weird framing. Just 2 guys at the top and legs. All right, let's do that music.
Should be second one.
Yep, flannel accents. There they are. I recognize that handwriting. Yeah. Your ability to do this has everything to do with your ability to do this. Okay, grab that plate and that plate and sure, bring the Terminator over here. Put it away. I need to clean that off. Grab. I need to fix that one. Okay. Do this. Push pull. Now do this. Dee dee da on the left. Do it crazy slow. Bigger stroke. Get your thumb on the stick. More force. Start up here. Just give yourself a fighting chance. Keep your pinky in the game. You know, let's go a little further out. Because if you're too close to your work, then you're too close to your work. Ah, there you go. Now you look comfortable. Now more wrist too. Full engagement, fingers and wrists. Yeah, okay. Now, really feel, keep your hand closed. Keep your hand closed. Don't let me open this. That pressure. Now open your fingers a little bit. And now, allow me to do this much, but keep your fingers on the stick the whole time. That constant, perpetual contact with the stick, that right there, this force going this way is the rebound, is the force going up because you threw it down fast enough. Now it wants to rocket off the planet. Just do this much first. But have that thing come all the way, like, it's all the way back here. Now, if you're starting here, then you're only going to get that much. Start here. Mm-hmm. Forget the coin. Okay, now keep it in range to where your pinky can still be at least somewhat in the game. So now you're not going to lift super high, but you're still going to feel. Okay, do that. Now stop it instead of back here, stop it at 90 degrees. And have it just try to be like a hard stop at 90. Start up here. Wrist bent, fingers out, fully cocked. Yeah. Stop it right here, nowhere else. Doesn't go beyond, it just stops. Yes. More force. Let your arm just drop. Throw the baseball. Okay, now from here, okay, now from here, do this. Mm-hmm. Okay, now do both of those, but a balk in between. Bop, bop. Uh-huh. That. Way more force. You're not going to break that. You're not going to break anything in here. We're not bothering anyone. Hit that thing. You hear I'm getting like the bass tone out of this? All right, you hit it. You hit it 4 times. Yeah. Uh-huh. Allow it to go. Okay. Have the drill be 90 degrees and then down. Okay, so with the gallop, have it go. All right. I'll do it.
Okay.
Do it a few times. Okay. Hit my hand. Yeah. After the first one, it comes back in here, and then you close your fingers from there. Although we kind of have, Just look at it in space. Just see it going to 90. I was doing this to look at myself in the camera
Yeah.
at that side angle just to see where it was coming up to here.
I started to notice myself going like this. Notice I did not do that.
Yeah, good. Full body awareness. Okay, so the thing that makes athletes and drummers different is that I can be 400 pounds and not be able to finish 50 yards walking and still be a phenomenal drummer. So, yet, that 400-pound guy still needs to be able to throw a ball, still needs to be able to have that fluidity. But that's a big difference. You know, the figure skaters are always just going to be these lean, mean machines, and a drummer doesn't have to be, although the more he is, the more mean he can be. Especially with endurance and, you know, playing for 9 hours, which I don't know anybody. I don't know any drummer who's ever played for 9 hours, but to be able to play for 9 hours, that's a goal. Because the technique is good enough to sustain it. Okay, now add the second hit. Now make this. Now see how your fingers are way off. Now make this also a stroke. I'm just kind of doing a stop shot there. I could get it to come up if I wanted to. All right. Bigger stroke here. Okay, do this. Bop, bop. Here's the exercise. Bop, 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 bop. It's getting there. We'll put a metronome to it later. Do that off the left. Okay, start off with the basics. Get it to just rock it up and freeze frame it. Harder. Yeah, good. You taught yourself that end of the spectrum. Okay, this is where it's not. Okay, right. So to do that, you would do this. And then right when it starts to transition, you recognize, then you categorize where that is in your mind, where this is in space, and then don't go past it. Yeah, spectrums. Just hit a frequency and just go all out. Okay, do this. Hold on to that stick. Don't open your hand. And okay, we're gonna do another spectrum. So, boom, boom, boom. This feels really awkward because there's no shock absorption. I'm fighting against this own rebound by locking my fingers. You can even see it in the video of like just this extreme back and forth. And then, okay, we'll go a little slower. And then open up your fingers. So it's going to look like this. June, 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 June. And then opening up the fingers gradually. So right about here. Bum, 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 bum. Choke back a little bit. Yeah. Okay, now deliberately find a spot. So just a little bit. Just allow your fingers to open up an inch. How about that? So just that, just a little bit. Not this all the way, but just a little bit, about an inch. Try that without any other motion, just totally frozen hand, like just to be able to do this with the fingers only. Like I'm not even using any wrist. Like how am I doing that? Like yeah, it's because my fulcrum fingers, my thumb and my index, are holding it here in space. So there's room here for this to go somewhere, and that's about an inch. So when okay, I'll do it vertical, so there's no like cantilever weight pushing that up. So here, like if I'm pinching the stick, it's happening there, and then I can just pull it in. So my default is here. Hold it there, and like have there be like resistance, like it comes back to that position. And your thumb is still going to be rock solid against that. So your default can be, this is out a little bit, and this just gets pushed down, but it goes back into place. So that's a part of it too. Yeah. Now come and close your fingers on that. All right, with your right hand, open your fingers about 1 inch. Hit that thing for real. Let's play who can hit this thing the hardest. Now don't let your pinky goes. Keep your pinky in a little bit. Don't open your hand as much. A little bit tighter. Not. Hit the thing just once. And I'm starting in molar grip, which compounds the energy. Yes, I heard that. I could hear it. I could hear that whole plate vibrating at a lower frequency. Yeah. Now. Okay, now with that same level of aggression, that same okay. Da 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 dun 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 dun. Ba ba bum 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 bum. Okay, it's getting there. Left hand lead. Da da bum 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 ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum. Yeah, you're going 1 2. It's not a push pull. You're doing 2 strokes. The push pull is 1 stroke with 2 mechanics. 1 stroke and then 2 little blippity things that get to happen. So not 1 2. Nice and easy. Just do a slow gallop. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. More force. Bigger. It can still be slow, but just bigger. Therefore, more force. Kick your elbow out up a bit. Yeah, there's still separation happening. I can see it. Do this. Send it down with some force. Okay, now do the 2 part. 1 2. your elbow up. That won't happen if you keep your elbow up. Now, you're not re-engaging the wrist. All you're doing on the second stroke is just closing your hand. Just close your fingers on the second one. Yeah, and then you close your fan, and then you raise your arm at the same time. You're still going a little bit 1, 2. 1, 2. Only go down if you've managed to do this successfully. Boing, that it's, here. All right, bring your left hand over here. So close your hand on it. Don't let me do this with it. Okay, now let me do a little bit. A little bit more. Now close your hand. That constant pressure. Boing, boing. It's got to be going up fast enough. So therefore, you got to throw it down fast enough for it to be going up fast enough to stay with your fingers. And that the back of the stick is opening your hand for you, in essence. Okay. Yeah, immediately back to 1, 2. Yeah, you're basically just doing this just once, twice. Push, pull, down, close your fingers. Dun, 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 dun. That was a good one. It's good. It's evident when you drop the stick, it's evidence that you're making adjustments. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, now freeze frame that. Boing, and then close your hand.
I get tripped up when I go back up again.
All right, well, that'll solve it. Just do a few hits, no fingers open at all. Just close hand. A true closed hand, you're opening your hand a little bit, which is where we're going. Yeah, that, super stiff. And now your hair is getting moved around because now you're not being fluid with it. It's jerking you around. It stings?
A little bit, yeah.
What do you mean stings? The back of the stick vibrating? Buzzing your... What stings?
Right here. That.
What, like a no good pain?
Well, not like no good, like I'm too tense. About something holding the stick there, maybe.
Take some deep breaths as you're doing this. Okay, pause. Do this. This is a interesting thing that I learned about your age. Breathe as if your mouth is where that pain is. And breathe like imagining the air coming in right there. Like if you could even see it, like if there was, mist or smoke in the air, you could like see it getting drawn to that spot. Now breathe through your left heel. It's just a gimmick to, one, get you to breathe, and then to be conscious of a particular part of your body that you want to relax. You can pretend you have a little mouth there.
It kind of feels like this is like swelling up. Not after the breathing, like that, just like after the thing.
Swelling?
Yeah, it feels like this is bulging a little bit. Something here. I'm getting to here where the pain is, like there.
Describe the pain. Sharp, dull. Do you feel it now, or is it only when you impact?
I feel it now. It's sharp. That's it.
Okay. Pause. Do some stretches. Don't play injured. Don't play with any tension going on. If there's any... There's sore. There's like, oh, my muscles are sore because I worked out so much yesterday. That's totally different than pain. If there's any little twitchy, screwy little pain going on, just stop playing immediately. And, do your stretches. Okay. Make fists. Turn them in. And now turn outwards like this. And then just like try to turn that. Just hold it. And breathe. Don't not breathe. Because if you're not breathing, then you ain't stretching. Like whatever you want your body to do, it ain't gonna do it if there isn't any oxygen coming in and out. Because as soon as you stop breathing, then your body's like, mayday, mayday, what's happening here? We gotta breathe to keep this whole thing going. So you can't do anything. Your body's not gonna do anything for you if you're not breathing. So always, when you're stretching, always breathe. Okay, now just relax this arm and just take this other arm and just mash it. Like stick your... I like to dig my fingers in there and do this kind of a deal. I like to take the skin and just give myself a little Indian burn twist. Get rid of the myofascial fibers underneath your skin. And you can do this one. Now, hand out like this. Now lift here and get these muscles flexed. Keep those muscles flexed while going a little bit more. But you keep this muscle flexed, which is weird because I can just do this and I don't need my muscle flexed at all. But now you can see it like I'm, relaxed, flexed. So consciously bring this up. Get this flexed because what you want to stretch is this. And this ain't stretching unless the reciprocal muscle is engaged. Passive stretching versus active stretching. And now and breathe. And if you've never done a stretch like this where the opposite muscle that you're trying to stretch from is engaged, that's a way deeper stretch. So be careful, especially with these finicky little small little digits that need to work for 100 years. So, okay, chill with the left hand, back to the right hand.
My PT said this is also a good one. You know, drawing like this, I think, and then just lifting.
Yeah, exactly. My PT, we worked on this one. So take this away for a second, and then stick your hands down here, and then you can like use your legs to like pin them into place. Now, while you're here, flex these muscles, even though you don't need to achieve this position. Flex that muscle. Okay, relax this muscle. Now flex it. Yeah, that. The opposite muscle needs to be engaged. And so, and then like the inside of my legs here, I can just like keep my fingers closed. Helps. Because if all of this is curled even more, then this stretches. Like this is way more of a stretch than this is. Yeah, I do this one all the time. I'll just like walk up to a bed and just lean the backs of my wrists on them. Yeah, all of this. Drummer muscles. This muscle. Do that. Show me that. Yeah, that thing. All right. With your right hand, flex that as tight as you can. Like lift this thumb up as high as you can. Like flex that. Yeah. It's getting there. It's decently strong. But you are a naturally strong guy, so you have good genetics. So you have a fighting chance at doing this well. Where's pit bulls. They're not doing any PX90. They're not at the gym, but they just look like shredded beasts all the time. They just have good genetics. It's just a well-bred dog. So you're a good breed. We are good breeds. All right. Right hand. Okay. Chill. Is the pain like just local to this side?
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
Better now.
Yeah. Now. Let your arm just sit here, totally just dead, but in this position, so that you get a little passive stretch, because it will stretch even if the opposite muscle is not engaged. It'll still stretch a little bit, but not as much, because there's a mechanism in the brain that if I'm driving and all of a sudden like I go this way, but the steering wheel is here, and I get locked this way, I'm sent this way. This part of my, do the camera too. The connecting points, the tendons, where that grabs on the muscle, and the tendons attach the muscle to the bone, and so there's little release points. All of this is one massive release point. I can just let this go, you know. But in the what's a really nice design by, you know, whatever the heck created this. Uh, if I'm in a car, like bam, I just get taken this way. I didn't get taken that way because I flexed, but you know, some foreign object took me this way. So as a defense mechanism, this will not fully let go. This will not fully let go if it suddenly gets taken this way to prevent hyperextension. Because if I kept it going this way, then you know I don't have a hand anymore. And so, but if this muscle is flexed, then it's sending a message to the body, being like, no, 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 I got this. It's not an external force taking me, you know, unwillingly. I am willingly doing this. I got this. You can let go. You can let these points go because I got it. It's a way to send the message to your brain like, no, no, I'm doing this deliberately, and it's okay if we push the edges of hyperextension. Active stretching versus just passive stretching where this isn't engaged at all. So take your arm, put it in an actively passive position there. You know, might as well. If it's going to be anywhere, it might as well just be, you know, at rest in a stretching position that gets that a little bit more unwound. Okay.
My PT also said I was doing it for a little bit and it started to get a little tingly. Stop when you get the pins and needles feeling.
Yeah. Does it ever come up anytime else?
This pain?
Yeah. Or is it just when we're doing this crazy weird stuff?
It's most like I notice it most when we do use the coin. Yeah, not this hand though. Maybe a little bit in this hand before, but it's mostly. I think it's mostly this hand. Um, this arm gets. I feel like a different one. I feel like it's on the other side. And it's a different kind of pain. But that's also a pain I would get because of an injury I had, a fracture, a long time ago. So I think that's different. Yeah, I don't know about this side. This side just could be from it being my non-dominant hand and trying to compensate.
Yeah, your left hand is doing some weird stuff. I mean, I'm asking your hand to like do something highly complex and physical, you know, on top of it, and so it's totally understandable that I remember the days of my hands getting stressed out,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
particularly with, you know, 4 mallet,
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
and so this, like when I first was doing this, like that, like it would feel like my pinky finger was like nauseous. It's weird, like a pinched nerve was happening, and it would be like, ugh, like I feel like my pinky like wants to barf. It just felt like locally nauseous. It was weird, and so yeah, these things will occur. You know, your body and your body mechanics are going through a metamorphosis. Even just as a human being, you know, what, you're still only 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not even 25 yet. So look forward to 25. Your brain is gonna like, zoom, it's gonna finally mature. Like, you know, our muscles, our biceps matured, you know, when we were 16 or 18. The brain can be thought of as a muscle too, and that doesn't mature in both men and women until about the age of 25. So look forward to it. And look forward to every decade that passes, because every whole new decade is a whole new brain, which is welcomed. Yeah, the idea of like going back into time is just like revolting to me. Like I would never want to be 20 again, ever. I mean, if you just like gave me the blue pill from the Matrix and just I could like forget and not know, and then I just instantly in this 20-year-old body again, like, and I didn't know any better, then that's different. But to like knowingly go back, like no,
Yeah.
no,
That's what I'm saying.
because now I would love to feel the looseness and the strength and the fluidity of a 20-year-old body, but that, you know, I'll take an aging body, I'll take a maturing brain over an aging body all day long. Because, you know, if it ain't operating up here, then nothing's happening. Kind of like breathing. All right, speed that up now. And just do a stop shot for now, just like end and a down. So you just only have one motion, not a continuous. Just show me just that, just and then freeze. More force, faster down. Yeah, well, oh, there it was. Yes. More force. Okay. Watch your own hand, like watch on the inside of your own hand. Do it in slow motion so that you can like gauge what you need to be looking for when you start to go faster. So do it slowly and just like watch my fingers, like boom, boom. I'm doing do 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 do, or okay, without the stick. And if I'm just gonna do this position, it's just dunk dunk, boom boom, boom boom, boom boom. My hand is just opening as I go down. So now watch it open. Now watch me go along the spectrum and go faster. You know, now it's starting to just turn into a blur. Watch your own self do that. Start slow. And watch it go faster. Look at your hand. Watch your fingers drop. More force. Now faster. Yeah. Okay, now bring your hand up here and just tap. Just an easy. Yeah, now, okay, now that you've included that, now you're back to 1, 2. Yeah, more force. Start here. Like, have your forearm be vertical towards the sky. Try to speed that up. Okay, now you're doing a shuffle diddle. These are shuffle diddles, by the way. Which it's my own rudiment that I made up. I made up the word shuffle diddles. So, okay. Regular diddles. even space in between each one. Now these are crush diddles. Now the second beat is happening way too fast. Or you can make the second beat happen too late in the shuffle diddles. And the first time I tried to do this, I just like sat in my truck. My brain couldn't. It's weird. I couldn't. It was definitely a metamorphosis moment. Okay. True bounces. And I'm calling them shuffle diddles because it's kind of like a shuffle. It's got a shuffle since it's a 12/8 thing. The gallop. So these are shuffle diddles, and this is like crazy super advanced, and I wouldn't expect you to be able to do this, but to know about it is useful. So speeding that up. So these are not bounces. These are 1, 2. These are 2 separate strokes. But if I speed that up, okay, I'll be to be truly, clearly bouncing these things. Such a bitch. Okay, so these are regular diddles. Where they're bounced, where they're truly being bounced. And I know they're truly being bounced because they're only pivoting from this one spot, and this is not happening. Those are shuffle diddles, and those are ridiculous. My point is your diddle was too open. So as you speed it up, don't sacrifice the integrity of the rhythmic relationship. Yeah. Okay, do this. Now do a hybrid. So bump or 1 and 2 3 4 1 2 3 and 4 1 2 3 and 4 1 2 3 2 3 4 1. And as you speed up, you can go smaller too. And see how where your elbow is out here? It's a good, 8 inches. Or is it, mirror image that. Okay, now, without getting, too tight over here, now pinch down on that a little bit harder and get there to be more of a flow, be more of a fingers being taken away from your palm. Yeah. Try that with left hand. Yeah. 1, 2. All right. This. you see? Oh,
I see my arm.
you can't even see yourself in the mirror. All right. Can show me, let me know when you can see your left hand.
Yes, but not right now. Not like this.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, good. A little breather, a little relaxation. Yeah, that looks smooth. Now, without ruining the smoothness, now add in a destination beat. Louder. And allow this one to come up with just as much fluidity. This still is back and forth. Okay, that doesn't look that bad. Now double it up. Now 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Or what?
Do that left hand lead in your brain. So, digga 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 dot. Get that thumb next to your finger. Yeah. Go bigger. Okay, let's do inverted doubles. Inverted doubles? What's an inverted double? What do you think it could possibly mean?
Inverted double.
Yeah, if these are regular doubles, double. And what's an inverted double?
The accents on the second one.
That's exactly. 1 and 2 and 3.
Kind of shuffle it.
No, but I get the sentiment of the word.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, the basic exercise can be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, a 2. Okay, so do this. 1 2 ba bam. And a 3 and a 4 and okay, now 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
1 and 2 and
Now you know how it goes in your brain. You understand what inverted diddles are now. Now speed it up and count. Start over. 1 and 2.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2.
And 1 and 2. Faster. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Faster. I'll follow you. Yeah. Yes.
That was easier.
Sounds a hell of a lot better than day one. We weren't even doing that on day one. We weren't even close to being able to do that on day one. There it is. Now, if you get that down, then you have then we can have a conversation.
Yeah. I get in my head a lot, I think. I get, like, distracted. And
Right.
and, like, I think about what I'm doing too much. And I look at what I'm doing too much. And it's just tension, mentally and physically. That rather than just, I guess, yeah, easing into things. That felt easier. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Although I'll counter that with the patience is a virtue. That overthinking, overanalyzing, this is what you should be doing. These are good things to be doing, especially if we're going to be doing something crazy complex. Really, like 3 years ago, I just got really stoned every night and sat out in my truck with one drumstick and just thumped on the steering wheel and just looked at my own hand. Do 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 do. Like, okay, why? And I way overthought about it. Well, not overthought about it. I thought about it appropriately enough to think that I'll be able to explain it to other people and have it be useful. So, yeah. Overanalyzing it. The term overanalyze is it's a thing in our zeitgeist. And therefore is considered, a negative thing, like, oh, he's overanalyzing. I think that term should be ixnayed from our culture and just be like, well, is he thinking about it enough or not not enough or too much? Better to err on the side of thinking about things, analyzing, breaking down things too much as opposed to not enough. Right? Ends of a spectrum. Okay, I'm going to play this just so you can be like, oh, that's how it goes. No, there we go. From a That's a little screwy.
Yeah.
It's doable. It's 2 dot dot. It's gonna be 2 lefts. Oh, yeah, okay. Those are the same thing.
These two? What did you say?
This is. I've always hated that. That's stupid. In fact, I'll even share what's stupid. That's stupid. My camera here, yeah. Like, a roll has to go somewhere. A roll has to have like has to have a destination. So for it just to be open-ended like that is stupid. It's just bad writing.
Yeah. So it's saying you should roll 1 and
Okay, if I were to, if this was a piece of literature and there was like a symphony, you know, with this, if this is part of a symphony, I would just make those 9 strokes rolls. I would just be like, I'd probably just do a little accent, like I just make them 9s. That is if I'm doing a buzz roll with it. And if I'm at a slow tempo, then that's not going to work. Then I would speed that up. Then I would make it a different. Then I would make it, you know, like a 25-stroke roll. Your hands need to be going at a certain pace to justify it being a buzz roll. Notice I've been doing this all open rolls. You know, the 17-stroke roll open, because you need to be able to do it open first. You need to be able to go for 2 bounces first, so that it's a metric, and then you can crush those. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So okay, if my tempo was here, 1, and then it's open roll, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. But now it's too slow for the buzz roll. So I could change that to, instead of it being ba 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 ba, I could just do triplets underneath that. But
we're still talking about that part?
right at the top, just, you know, anything. So this has to be fast enough to justify. Okay, my roll has to be about this fast. That's going to sound like a dream on a snare drum, especially if it's tuned right. So, but if I slow that down with the same technique, now it just turns into mush. So it has to be going a certain speed, within a certain range of speed for that buzz roll to work. So if I'm too slow, then I would just like make that. Okay. So 4 times 7, or 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. So I just going to make that a 25-stroke roll as opposed to a 17. So 1, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, triple, 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 bong. So anyway, that's that conversation is beyond where we're at now. Or bum, 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 bum. Okay, so, all right. Even though we're not anywhere even close, let's try it anyway. So, a 17-stroke roll, you just count to 5. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You count the number of okay, if you're right hand lead, you count 5 rights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 4 times 4 is 16 plus bam plus the destination is 17, if I recall that. So okay, just give me now instead of fingers with it, now you're going to let go. You're not going to come out this way, which is tempting. All you need to do is just go from here and then just go up so that it's right there, ready to go. So show me that, and show me that this is not touching any other part of my hand there. There's the camera. And that the only thing, okay, splay these out for now. And give me some bounces. Get comfortable. Grab the sponge, put it on your knees. All right. Double strokes, buzzed. Just do 3. Bup, bup, bup. Fan your fingers out for now and make this a strong thing. Okay, now bring these fingers here, but then boop, just a little bit off, just enough to let this bounce. No more, not out here, which is really tempting. You look underneath the hands of so many amateur buzz rollers and they're doing that. Now, all you need to do is just this so that it can be ready. It's just efficiency of motion. Okay? Give me 3 on the right hand only for now. And get 3 strokes out, and they can be slow. Yeah. Make a diamond in there. Yeah, you gotta crush that thing way stronger than that. Okay, choke way back, like too much. Now get 3 out of that. And so now you must throw it down faster with more force if you have any chance of getting 3 out of it. Now choke up to normal position and see how much better that feels. Yeah, and now it sounds a lot better too. Okay, now bring your fingers into what doesn't look ridiculous. Okay, do this. Now just lift your fingers off a little bit, straight up, not out, like that. Now do the same thing. Okay, now just do presses. Less frequent and a full, like, do the full bounce. Do this. Like, and have it go all the way down. Now, now once it starts bouncing, have them be fast immediately.
Have them be fast immediately.
Yeah, as opposed to bop, 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 bop. Okay, fan these fingers out for now, just to make sure that you know for your own sake. Now do this. Yeah, without the turn, but just. Yeah, your crushing power and the space there, which is killing you, is what's necessary to do a buzz roll. You just gotta be able to like crush it. Because this is a huge unwieldy stick, and you're only holding it at one place, like, okay, four finger fulcrum, where this is truly a bounce. There ain't no multiple bounces because you actuated it. This is like true bounce. A true study of what this thing wants to do on its own. Okay, now get that thing to bzz immediately. So now you gotta like get into it. Now get it to stop sooner, like bzz. Now half that speed. Whoops. And truly, I'm trying to be true to it. I could do this, but now I'm cheating. But just the precipice of my fingers. So now I'm really having to like crush this way with it just to like get on it. So this power crushing down into it is this power. Like this is, all around 360. And when this opens up, where's the camera? And when this opens up, boop, now, look. Now that's exposed. Now this is exposed. This is the grip. Your index is wrapped around it. Then the thumb just comes and replaces it. Okay, do some buzzes like with just index. Just index buzzes. This is going to feel a little weird. Okay, now put thumb in the position and have it be not so awkward. Yeah. Okay, now get used to that with your fingers in position, just barely up over the top, underneath. Okay, now count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's a 17-stroke roll. That's a buzz 17-stroke roll.
Right?
Yeah. 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, stay there.
Have to go in a few minutes.
Okay. It's gonna sound like ass with the
I'm a wood.
with this being with no air in there. Okay. Do with these suckers. Play up here. One second. I made these when I was 17. Five. One, and what helps is a little bit of right, because if I'm going to do this and I want more pressure on it, I wanted to cheat and put more distance. Like here, I'm only covering a centimeter of the stick. Here I'm covering an inch of the stick. Here I'm covering 4 inches of the stick. So that coverage down the shaft here can be supported a little bit by this fleshy pad of your finger. So it's kind of like a 3-finger fulcrum, but just barely. And that looks like, whoop, burp. See it's a very little consequence, if it's down here, now I'm killing the bounce. But basically I could just think of it as like a fat fulcrum. Add a little bit of middle finger to it and feel what that feels like. Creating a little bit of leverage. So just this right there, like back off of it a little bit. And the more perpendicular I am, the less the bounce I'm going to get. So therefore, the more I can come down, and right before that rim shot, ideally there wouldn't be any rim at all. Ideally, we'd just be totally flat with this thing. But so as flat as you can, as close to doing a rim shot as you can, but just because your buzz roll is going to sound like total garbage if your hand is lifted at all. That. And then if you just do with both hands. Give me a buzz roll. Okay, so the mechanism under the hand is that this goes down, but the back of our hand is right there. If there was nothing here, this would just ascend and that wouldn't go anywhere. But there has to be a cantilever, boink, right here for that to go up. This here is the back of my hand. Okay, do a circle fulcrum. And just let it drop and then lift. So, okay, your whole arm is going to descend. There's no wrists in a buzz roll. There's no wrist at all. It's all arm. So just the circle fulcrum, which is, non-consequential. And now right here, I'm going to lift my whole arm, and then that's what it gets to go back up. Okay. Now pinch on. Now pinch this thing. Yeah. And when you get there, make sure your fingers aren't being weird. You're under my watch. I don't want anyone going like, who taught you? That's the buzz. And the way you can practice that is just to do things like this. And then, this is bouncy, but this is not. So here's like the ultimate test. Okay, I can just, let's see what happens if I just drop these. Not even close. All right, so that probably means that, yeah, I was at different spots of the stick. Okay, let me do it exactly. I'm going to try to be as even as possible. All right, that was slightly better. Okay, so this has no chance, really, if I have no control over it. But I can control it. Ooh, that was a good one. Whoops. If I hit them together, then that's no good. That was a good one. Yes. Yes. Ooh, that was really good one. Nope, that one started bad. Do that first. And then you can tighten it up. First the double stroke roll. 1, 2, then threes. Then, infinite. This. If you want to get good, you have to get this strong. Not this strong, but like you're to do, if you had like a band here and it's resisting like, to do index finger curls, anything to like, because your thumb is just stationary. It's just, this is just the block wall that this is going into this. This needs to just stay there. And then this is what curls that in. So it's really these muscles on the inside of your finger here that are pulling that in. So if you want to get good at drumming, you gotta get strong. Full body, which you're doing with your running and exercises and push-ups and things, but then also the small things. Okay, before you go, do a, get rid of this. And get in the middle of the floor there and go to the push-up position and just hold it halfway and let yourself shake, let your bangs wiggle. Just go down to a half position and just hold it there. And breathe. And relax the face and all the stuff. Okay, now come to about halfway. And just hold it there, excruciatingly. Starting to shake already. Good. Allow yourself to shake. Shaking is good. Shaking is the muscles tearing themselves apart and losing their integrity. But the only way they're going to grow back is stronger is if they break first. I broke the leg on my bed, this old wooden frame, and then I wood glued it together with clamps, with shims, and I let it sit overnight, which is way overkill for wood glue. And now that thing is way stronger than it was before. It is never going to break now, because ironically, the wood glue is stronger than the fibers of the wood. So all of this shaking is your body tearing itself apart so that you can grow back stronger. Yeah, good. Deep breaths. Breathe through your nose. Yeah. Time yourself on that tomorrow, tonight. Like, oh, I can do 90 seconds. Okay, well, I can beat that. Okay, how about 120 seconds, the next time? So that can be a simple little barometer. It's a little strength test, like how long can I hold that? There are many, of course, however many movements the body has is however many exercises there are, but that one is, the good old push-up. And if you want to make it extra, like if you want to get your money's worth for spending that time torturing yourself like that, then you can just flex all the rest of your body. You can tighten your butt cheeks. You can like hold your shins tight. You can flex your core. You can pinch a walnut between your shoulder blades. Like you can just like hold yourself really rigid while maintaining a relaxed face. Now, if we really wanted to max that out, we could just do, all the muscles, including the face. But given that our face is already scrunched up inadvertently, it's just a reaction, like we were talking about, reacting. If you get your face relaxed, then you're gonna have a better life.
Thanks, Stan.
Yeah, baby.